My plumbing expert, Bobby Crowder, the Family Plumber, is joining me here on the program today. And questions come up all the time here on the radio program. One's crossed my desk today. This is a pretty common question. What causes a drain clog, and why does it continue to happen? Hey, Bobby. How you doing, Bob?
Hey, Joe. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. You get this question all the time. This is a daily thing for you guys at the Family Plumber. Clogged drains. Why is this happening?
Well, there's a lot that can be happening. Depends on where it's coming from. Your toilet, your kitchen sink, your bathtub, your shower, your bathroom sink. I mean, the most common ones are, well, I wouldn't say the most common ones. I think we're all about equal on a lot of those drains. Bathroom sink is usually toothpaste, even hair. I mean, lots of hair.
Always hair.
Shavings.
Yep.
Yeah. Shaving, hair shavings. People like to, of course, us men like to shave in the bathroom sink. So a lot of shavings down there. I recommend for something like that, for the bathroom sink is fill your sink with hot water on every month, couple months, 3 months or so, and dump it. It'll kind of loosen everything up there and put some pressure behind it and dump it through. So there's really no way to stop that from happening because, people brush their teeth, obviously, and shave and stuff like that. So, that's going to happen. So that has to be maintained no matter what. Showers and tubs, same thing. You've got hair. Hair is the big problem. There's no way around that. You're not just going to keep your hair in your hand. If it falls out a little bit here and there and put it to the side, it's just going to go down the drain naturally. The ones you can prevent is anything from the toilets to the kitchen sinks. So, like we've discussed this plenty of times, just human waste down the toilet and a good toilet paper, no wipies, stuff like that. So there is a one wipe, like I said, we discussed this in another podcast, but that's another one you can go check out. But kitchen sink also, let's keep things minimal. I like people that don't have garbage disposals. This way they're not putting a bunch of stuff down their drain. They're actually going to the garbage can and dumping it out, dumping it there. So keep greases away from the kitchen sink. Anything that's oily and greasy, let's put it in a jar, seal it up, and throw it away. The way it should be done. But other than that, those are the main causes of all your drains in your house that you can prevent or maintain. Put it that way.
Something that can happen, and it's not obvious, but it can happen, is you may have a drainage issue, but it's not necessarily clogged. If the vent pipe, for whatever reason, is full of an obstruction, let's say a squirrel moved in. Seriously, a rat.
No, I've seen squirrels and birds.
A nest, right? Or
squirrels and birds.
If just so happens someone hits a tennis ball and it just happens to sit on top of that vent,
perfect.
Right? It would sit right there like a golf ball on a tee. If that were the case, you'd have some issues in most cases of draining, wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, like I said, we don't have much squirrels out here in Arizona, but we do in the upper area. But birds and pigeons, I've seen them just resting, and they like to sit like right on top of that, and that when you have a vent that's clogged, it does prevent the drain from flowing naturally, like a proper flow. Because in order for water to flow through the drain, it has to breathe. It has to have air to have
air
a nice,
on the back
good
end.
flow.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and if you don't have that, it'll gurgle, gurgle and stop or just drain super slow. I've seen toilets where people thought they had a toilet that was clogged. I get there and I kid you not, it had a perfect seal around the toilet tank lid. So when I flushed it, I lifted that toilet tank lid up and it flowed just perfectly, filling up and everything. So it had like a nice suction in that tank that prevented that water from really going down and flushing that toilet bowl. So That was the first for me. That was actually about 5 years ago. So that was a little strange.
Well, sure. If you, I mean, if you take a container that's totally sealed and you don't allow air in for the liquid to come out, the liquid
Yeah.
may not even come out. It
Yep.
may just sit there, or it's going to come out slowly. And that's why it's important to have air come into anything if you want the liquid to be moving out.
Exactly. I always tell people the thumb over the straw technique.
Mhm.
Put thumb over the straw, put it over, and of course it's not going to flow until you actually let go. It needs that air to breathe, to flow.
Exactly. Bobby, once again, you're solving our problems. I appreciate it.
Try my best. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much. All of Bobby's information is located in the description of this podcast. It's a quick click away, his website. Just do that. If you have any plumbing needs, it is Bobby Crowder, the Family Plumber.